you got this quarterback that's really good. There's a couple other weapons, but this quarterback is really who makes it run. Now he wasn't able to throw last year, all right. So not against us, but I wanted you to see a couple things. So the formations are kind of simple, JT. This is one that is their favorite. They do a lot of passing plays, a lot of running plays off of this same look. Again, I think it's going to be too many people in the box. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't.
uh,
So you have to tell me. I thought they had a major tendency here with motioning this tight end. At least in this game, it was like every time that dude went in motion, if he was coming in, if he was motioning in, it was a run, damn near 100% of the time, and if he was motioning out, it was a pass.
yes, and their runs follow him. Is that if you're asking
Yeah.
your linebacker where the ball's going, he's not even really doing any cross stuff like we do. It's inside, and the running backs coming behind you. The thing is, just on that is you can see the quarterback has an option to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably should have kept it a whole lot more times because
I think so. I don't know if you put these plays on here, but Bethune Cookman did have a goal line stand.
no,
They
that's not in there.
they got down to the goal line and they tried to do bully football, which I thought you know my opinions on that. I feel like if you get down there and you got 1 yard and you can't run the ball and get that 1 yard, you didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
And they went for it, and Bethune Cookman kind of stood up during that time, which to me felt a bit concerning going into playing a team like Alabama. That
Yeah.
would be the thing that I would be like, hey, we're gonna have to figure that out because we can't get in on the goal line against Bethune Cookman like this. We gotta do better.
That's right. That's right. Now I do have to remind you, I should not assume everyone knows, but the USF is in the green. Okay, so even when we
Oh
flip
yes,
back
that's
and forth,
fair. Mm-hmm.
you need to know who they're doing. Now, another thing that you can kind of tell this, and maybe it's not 100% JT, but typically when your wide receivers are like way out on the sideline, like you kind of
Yeah, they're just trying to create space.
yeah,
They're
so
trying to get everybody
nah,
out the
it's a
box.
run, and it's yeah. Could they throw a bubble out here or a spot pass? Yes, but typically that's which is like you said. They're just telling you we're going to run the ball. So I just wanted to see that because that's their favorite run, and a lot of actions come off of that play action. Everything starts with that play. That's what I got from the film. Uh, all right. I want you to see the strength of this quarterback's arm. This is dude's pretty good, man. Um, I mean, he stands in there and zips that thing. Now, their wide receivers do a really good job of coming back to the ball. They
Mm-hmm.
come back like far back, but he rifles this thing. Look how that thing came out, man.
Yeah,
That
I think this is going to be looking at their receivers going through their offensive film. What was it like? 80 something plays, I think.
yeah, there's a lot of plays. 81.
Um, I thought that this these receivers are going to be a good measuring stick to see where our freshman corners really are. Now, obviously, they're not Georgia receivers or anything like that. They're not going to be the receivers that we're going to see throughout SEC play. But I think this offense, throwing the ball and trying to contain the quarterback, is going to give you some real insight here on. We can start forming opinions on
We
how
get a
good
better
we really
test.
are.
Yes, and because Alex, uh, what's head coach's last name? Just drawing a blank. Start with a G.
Goalish.
Golish. So we know him. I don't know if you remember him or not. He was actually at Iowa State, and he recruited JP2 heavily. And so he was at Iowa State 2016 to 2019 as a recruiting coordinator and tight ends coach. And so he was in. to see our quarterback Grayson because they really liked him, and JB, and all the others. So I got a pretty good relationship with this guy. I thought about calling him and see if he'd talk to me, but I was like, he might be like, "Well, get out of here! I know you're trying to get something from Bama."
Well, maybe after the game then.
Yeah, but he's been talking a lot. Just reading about, hey, they're expecting to do big things. He's got them rocking and rolling. He's got these guys believing. I mean, enough that regardless of what the situation was last year, he's got his team playing, and he's pretty confident in how he plays because they want to attack, so they want to get after you and keep striking as much as possible. All right, so their line is pretty decent.
I really liked number 72. I thought he was pretty solid all game. I mean, it doesn't look like he's doing much in this clip, but as you watch more of it, I thought 72. My eyes kept going to him.
Yes, I felt like, and so yes, and I think my eyes felt like we're going to have to try to attack the center, things on the inside. And he's still pretty good, but I think he was the weakest link. I think he would get off balance a little bit trying to snap it. He's not quite as fast as the other guys. All right, so I put this one in. It shows two things. One, his ability to throw the ball, but what we were talking about, these receivers that JT was just talking about, they run a lot of hitches, a lot of outs, and if we get too aggressive and if we're not looking at the right place, you can catch one over your head like this.
What position is 72? 72 is the left guard.
Yeah, he's solid. They're really good. They're big up front. They got some nastiness in them. You can see it. And so if you watch the center a little bit, he's hunkered down in there. I just think we're going to be a little bit better and faster than what he's used to seeing. So we'll have to see. But that was a great throw. Another good one. He's got a solid pocket. He don't have anybody around him. Mm-hmm. We can't let him just stand back there and throw the ball. Okay. What we got here? Oh, all right. Baby Milrow. Little shift. Pull it. Kind of looked like I played.
Getting away with holding again. Number 2 was just.
You got them all in the back.
Dude.
So I do have a play in here where their wide receivers are very lazy. If we get to it, because we got a lot of clips on here. But essentially, you can tell when the receivers aren't going to get the ball because they really walk off the line. I hate that. And I don't know if they're going to do that or.
I think they will. I mean, it happened more. It happened quite a bit.
Yeah, that's not good for as much as you talking and doing. They caught him out of bounds right there, by the way. Okay.
So, does this dude not get a sideline infraction? Mike Tomlin.
Warning.
And then he, I just, I like to look at the people on the sideline sometimes.
I see. I'm trying to figure out what made you look over there.
Look at him. He throws a little mini tantrum, and then kicks the dirt.
Yeah. Well, you took him bad angles. I told you he was gonna run the ball. All right.
Yeah. So this is what you're talking about. Your comment here says walking off the ball.
Look at them dudes, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's a one-man route, which is.
Bro, it's like that's not acceptable.
It really isn't, because what if this dude is not open?
Yeah, that's not acceptable. No, that's a cannon. He throws a ball from this hash.
No, that's that right there. That's a big boy throw. These are the kind of throws that I'm always talking to our DBs about in high school. It was like, look, I'm leaving you on an island here because there's only one dude. He's way over there. And I don't know how many times I've said this to our guys. I was like, look, if he can throw an out route from the other hash out here to the numbers, so that is probably a Division I quarterback.
Yes.
And I said, so we're not going to worry about it because we ain't got none of those on our schedule right now. So I'm going to just leave you out there because I don't think that we're going to play anybody that can do this. And I still think this is a tough throw in college too. So
yeah, that's a heck of a job. And that's why I just keep going. The quarterback is the guy. He's making it all happen, but I can't even look at that as a coach down here at the bottom. I hope someone's chewing their butt out. It's like,
yeah,
I
Cat
don't
Pool
know.
says at least pretend.
Yes. So, all right. Little bit of their defense. So they did a lot of 4-man front. Kind of
Oh,
looks like our defense a little bit.
yeah, I might have put the same play on here. I picked this one as well because number 7, I'm not sure if he's actually a linebacker. Oh, From is we gotta thank From. He just super chat $100 for us. So, sir,
Oh man.
you have just purchased a lot of film for us. So
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. We do thank you very much for that, sir. You are the man. I got to know what the 2 F's are, though. Please explain the F from. Is that like?
that might just be his last name, but we'll wait for an answer. I'll keep an eye on it.
Mhm.
We can't thank you enough. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So you were talking about this, JT, the
Yeah, I
defense
don't. I'm
player.
not sure. I'm not sure if number 7 is actually a linebacker or if he's like a
Circle him.
dime backer.
Circle him so you
You're
can,
right.
so everyone knows.
Sorry. This guy right here.
Yes.
Because he was all over the place.
Yes. No,
I mean,
I think they're
he was
solid.
the guy on defense that I was like, hey, we got to know where this guy is.
They got guys flying around. They come angry, and that's what he's talking about. What he preaches and everything that I was reading and watching. Uh, you know, yes, sir, Van. Um,
Oh, easy to
okay,
pronounce
so
from
it is
Ephraim from
Ephraim.
some people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Ephraim. We do appreciate it. Okay. Um,
So I think I ended up picking this one because I thought that this was
that's a
well,
good read too.
yeah. I look we try to be unbiased and things like this. So I know that half the chat's gonna agree with me when I say this, and the other chat is gonna think I'm a hater. But I ended up also picking this play, not necessarily just because of the drop that number 7 took and getting under this route. This was just like, this looks like a throw that Jalen Milroe would make.
He will throw that in there, and that's what I said. We got it. He will try to force that, and it could get picked.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
And in this case, it did.
Yeah, that's 100% true. But again, that's what we're talking about. This evolution. Can he see that? Will he know when to pull it down? What are the reads? Can he see that that's not really there based upon this? And I think he'll be in better position. He didn't really have any bad throws last week, but I don't know that he was forced to either.
Yeah, well, he didn't look as bad as DJ Uyangalele.
You were gonna get your shot in one way or the other, did you? You
Look,
gonna
I'm
get your shot
sorry.
in?
It was. I felt bad for him because he was getting booed at home, man.
Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, well,
He was getting booed. Like, I felt bad.
loudly. I didn't because I went straight to Twitter and just started saying where all them Florida State fans at. It was in my timeline last year. We're quiet, but anyway, okay. What we got next?
All right, this is clip number 3.
I think I got some flat-footed stuff here by safeties. If I'm guessing, I'll probably put something on the screen. I don't know if I got some marks on
JJ,
there.
you're gonna need a new job.
Yeah, yeah. So
I gotta put that up on screen so you could see it.
that's funny. Yeah, so I'm checking out these safeties here. This kind of happened a few times where they're sitting. So you got 2 things, right? One, I want you to see the pursuit of those guys, how they're running down this
Yeah,
guy.
they're flying to the ball.
They're They're not
Go get
just
it.
yes, they're coming to hit you. So you better be ready for that. But the safeties have a lot of flat feet. I'm calling it. Well, they're not really getting any depth. So they're playing some type of quarters. I'm guessing.
Yes, this is Pat Narduzzi Pitt esque. Um, I study this a lot because this is how I like my
But you
safeties to
like
play.
this? Me too.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want my safeties to be in the run fit and be able to get downhill. So yes, I like the maybe not this flat foot, but when you got athletes, when you got this level, this is okay. I
They're vulnerable though, JT.
yeah, they
I
are.
got it. Because look, think about Ryan Williams at the top. Now they're confused at the top. They
Mm-hmm.
both end up running to each other. I mean, if they, I don't know. I just
Yeah, yeah,
they might straighten it out. But this is where DeBoer looks at the film and finds a way to get a guy open and say, hey, if you're going to sit like this, you're going to have to cover dig post. We call it a poach beater. I don't know what you call it. The number two runner dig and the outside guy run a post and try to run away from him. You know what I'm talking about? Does that make sense to you?
you said you got
Slot
the
route. If you're at the top, if you put him on a 10-yard dig
oh yeah,
uh,
so I
or
call
something
this
like that,
Mills.
yeah, and another guy going on the post
Yep.
running
So
away from the corner.
you can get this action or that action, and then try to just run away from the corner. Yeah, I mean, look, we played Dallas Covenant this week. This is one of their favorite route concepts, and I already told the corner, I was like, look, if you get a post route from number one, you ain't got no help because I'm telling this dude to drive on the dig. That's
Dig.
just the way it is.
Yes. So uh, I'm thinking we're going to see it just because they've done this multiple times. All right, that's it on that one. Uh, okay, I think I got on this that we should not ever see this from them. If they do, they're going to definitely die. This man to man at the top by
Oh
himself
yeah, alone. Yeah, I really I want to see. Um,
with the safeties down here on the hash mark. I mean, you're asking for it. Slant, go. What? Go.
yeah, I want to see what our young guys are going to do with this if they get this look because it's it's quite ridiculous actually.
And this is common for them to do. Now, maybe it was because it was Bethune Cookman. Maybe they said, "Hey, we can just go ahead and match up with these guys," and maybe they're not going to. Didn't you tell me about one time you were playing somebody, one of the major D1s? You're like, "Why are we playing man?" Or "Why am I going to press up on this guy?" I can't remember.
They
Something
they
you
no,
told me the other day.
this was when we were asked to go down and take this cash game for
Oh yeah,
Texas A&M back when Johnny Manziel and how am I forgetting this dude's name? Mike Evans were down there, and I was playing corner at the time, and I was like, "Look, Mike Evans is 6'5". Um, I don't know who." Because I legitimately remember sitting in the room with all of our DBs, and I looked and I was like, "So, who's got Mike Evans?" Because like Michael Lahart, I love you, but bro, you ain't.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so that was the right thing. Is this is one of their favorite defenses in this game? I don't know if we're going to get it. I think they'd be kind of crazy to do it, but it's one of their favorite defenses, so I need to put that on there. Cover one, manned up. If you look at the inside guys, you can go to the next one.
Okay,
But those interior guys are pretty stinking salty. So if you want to know if we're going to get challenged, I think this is good because their two defensive tackles are good. So I
yeah,
put
that's been
this
a
in
pretty
here
good.
for that. Look at the good. Well, when you go to the end zone,
Okay,
then you just look at the string. Number zeros on the left. Yeah, I think I got an arrow that just went to him. And the other number, I don't know if that's number 3 on the right. But the main thing is I wanted you to see number 0 and his reach and his strength, and he's just. I mean, he barely missed a running back, but he does
mm-hmm.
this the whole game. He's just mauling people. He's uh 6'2", 315 pounds, and he can he can run. So we're gonna have our work cut out with him. The other guy, number 3, he's 6'1", 280 pounds. Okay. I think we only got a few more clips. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I think the last 3 are mine. So this one you put on here.
The run. All right. So this is really to say how we can exploit them. So they didn't do a good job. If you look at their 2 guards who were supposed to get both of those linebackers, they whiffed.
That was weak.
But we have this run. This is our running play, our zone, inside zone. But I think our guys will.
Is this belly? I mean, you get a kick out and a.
Yes. Yeah. So, but if they get them, the wide receivers are blocks. He's 1-on-1 with the safety, Jam or Justin Haynes or anybody. If they block those 2 guys right there, I mean, they got them. They just, I don't know what the lineman's doing. Still,
we talk about taking great angles on defense. You got to take good angles on offense too.
All right, those are mine.
Okay, so this is one that I picked just because. Oh, this is not the clip that I thought. So hold on, let me run this through and.
I put this one in here. Another deal for the quarterback. You probably moved it. What? He's throwing off the back foot, JT,
and it's still a strike.
And it's a strike on the out. That's really I want to see that this guy he's legit. I know we've been talking about him already, but this is just another one that you see him when we were talking about Ty, wanting him to stand in the pocket, not bail out and all this. He stands in there and takes it, but that thing is a dime. What pressure in your face. So
okay. This is the one I put in here because I was like, look, because they did this a couple of times, and this is why I texted you. It's like Bethune-Cookman is driving me absolutely insane with their decision. I don't know the Joe Meadows. Thank you again for the $10, or thank you for the first time the $10. We are glad that you're enjoying the show.
Thank you, Jill.
Can't thank you guys enough.
Yes, we really, really appreciate it. More than you know. Thank you. Means a lot to us.
I felt like at some point the Bethune-Cookman coaching staff was just like randomly calling stuff. Because this is what I saw. This is the first thing I noticed when they got out into like a true trip set. This is now a 5-man box. 5
in the box. Got to run the ball.
Oh, that's not a good circle at all.
Oh, you used.
I used the wrong. I used the wrong. Here we go. Drawing the wrong spot. Still not a good circle. Anyway, you get the point. There's 5 people in the box. There's an extra guy that you got to account for right here, who's going to try to fit. But we are good enough. Our line is good enough to where we should be able to, against this look, we should be able to run the ball all day, especially when you got a mobile quarterback like Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, because you got an extra blocker potentially with the running back too, who could pick him up.
So it baffled me why they did not go back to this more. They being Bethune-Cookman just didn't feel the need to try to. I think they did this one time and they were like, "Oh, the QB draw didn't work. All right, we're not going back to it." Then they started then they brought tight ends in the game. Right. And from there, they were just inviting more people into the box and they couldn't do it. So,
oh yeah. Saw this one. I remember it.
Right. So then this is like what they end up doing for the rest of the game. And this is kind of where you can see how good USF defensive line is, because it's just chaos.
Yes.
They reestablish the line of scrimmage. They get in here, and there's nowhere to go.
Most
And
guys take up double teams, though. If you look at number 0 and the other guys, when we were talking about those interior guys, I mean, they're taking up 2 blockers.
yes, and then on the back end, we're getting excellent coverage from number 10, which I'm not sure if he's a corner or not. But again, this is just more like the challenge of that of our young corner or young receivers against these corners. I want to see, how well they're progressing and how well they can handle this, because this is excellent technique by number 10. He's got his eyes on the quarterback the whole time. And I mean, even down at the bottom, this is just it's good stuff.
It is good. It's really good. I mean, I think we're up for a challenge. I still think we win the game. I think we're going to overtake them. I don't think it's going to be the same game as last year, just because I think we're better at this point. I think Jalen Melrose' mindset is going to be different. Obviously a whole lot more experience. So I just think that he does more to help us overtake these guys. I don't think they're going to be strong enough on the offense. I think we're going to have to make sure Byron doesn't run all over the place. And I don't think they'll be able to throw all over the place like they, feel like they can, because I don't think I think we're far more superior in that sense. We just got to make sure we don't let them get loose on the run. So I'm really interested at JT to see how they're going to try to stop the quarterback run. Because that has to be part of their scheme. It's going to have to be. Otherwise, just that little ISO or whatever that little thing they're running, that ain't going to cut it.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough.
That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. So, all right. So I'm going to make a prediction on that. I still think we win I think it's a blowout, honestly. I think we still score. I think we still put up. I'm going to say 35.
$13.31.
Hey!
Not to be outdone by her mother.
I love it. All right. We still win by 5 touchdowns, JT.
Whitwell Sports has it 31 points. The line is 30.5.
So I took the over.
Yeah, I'm taking the over too. So let's see. Whitwell Sports says 63-3. Neil says 42-7. RMF Tide says 42-13. Van Edwards 56-13. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go, RMF. So everybody's about the same except for Whitwell. Title towel
to 3. Jill, she's close. I was gonna say Bama by 41. She's got it at 39. There is for those of you that participate in the Discord, there is an Alabama Discord where they do this every week. They ask for your prediction on how much Alabama will win by, and then they give you a tiebreaker question. And I think the tiebreaker question is how many receiving yards is Jem Miller going to have? Haven't figured that out yet, but I'm going to stick with my
receiving yards.
Yeah, receiving yards. I'm going Bama minus 41.
Okay. Well, this will be my tiebreaker. Then this will be it. We can wrap it up. How many turnovers do we have on defense? Do we create this time? Had 2 last week. So more, even.
Yeah, I'm gonna say even. I can see 2 more.
Okay. I'm going over. Yeah.
Chemical says 2.
I'm going.
Jill says 3.
I'm going 3.
Hey everybody, George Teague here.
formerly of the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Dallas Cowboys. So let me ask you a question. Are you an athlete or a coach looking to boost your online visibility? Well, you've got to check out On3. Their personalized web pages amplify the total you on and off the field. Whether you want to grow your visibility, build your brand, or simply show the world who you truly are, On3 is here for you. They showcase the complete person, celebrating your passions, perseverance, and the pursuit of excellence beyond sports. These web pages are the ultimate digital hub to elevate your brand and highlight your journey. So head on over to www.on3.io/microsites and get started with On3 today.